Richard Nixon, the genius who took himself down 1969 to 1974. When Richard Nixon walked through my doors in January of 1969, he didn't bring charm. He brought calculation. He wasn't interested in applause. He was here to win. He had lost the presidency to Kennedy in 1960, lost the California governor's race in '62. The press declared him politically dead. But Nixon, fueled by bitterness and a talent for reinvention, clawed his way back, and this time he came prepared. As president, he was brilliant on the world stage. He opened diplomatic relations with Communist China, something no one else had dared attempt. He signed nuclear arms treaties with the Soviets. He began pulling American troops out of Vietnam, even while secretly escalating bombing in Cambodia and Laos. In short, he played foreign policy like chess, and most of the board didn't know the game had started. But back home, that was another story. In 1971, facing inflation and economic unrest, Nixon did what no Republican had ever dared. He imposed wage and price controls across the entire economy. For a moment it seemed bold, decisive, then reality hit. The controls distorted markets, froze growth, and created shortages. Prices couldn't rise, but costs did. Businesses cut production. Inflation came roaring back the moment controls lifted. It was a short-term political move that caused long-term economic damage. Still, Nixon remained politically untouchable. In 1972, he won re-election in a landslide, crushing George McGovern and carrying 49 states. It was one of the biggest victories in U.S. history. But beneath the celebration, the seeds of his downfall were already planted. Watergate began as a petty political burglary. A few operatives tied to his re-election campaign broke into the Democratic headquarters. Nixon could have disowned it. Instead, he tried to cover it up, lying, bribing, and blocking investigations. He didn't trust anyone, so he recorded everything: Oval Office conversations, schemes, secrets, his own undoing, on tape. When Congress demanded the tapes, he resisted. The Supreme Court overruled him. What those tapes revealed wasn't just corruption. It was abuse of power, paranoia, and contempt for the very office he held. Facing certain impeachment, Nixon addressed the nation one final time. On August 8, 1974, he resigned. He walked out of my doors with history watching, respected abroad, disgraced at home. I've housed presidents who failed, presidents who suffered. But Nixon was different. He had the brilliance to lead and the flaws to destroy himself. In the end, it wasn't enemies who brought him down. It was Richard Nixon.